Hello, this is Midori Kaze93, and this is a Pretty Rhythm Dear My Future episode 48 review. Now, if you are here from Surikaze from the video yesterday, thank you very much for following me. And with that, let's get the review on. This episode is very straightforward. I actually enjoyed it for its straightforwardness because it was Prism Act, one world, another world, a world after, and that was it. So, now the episode starts off with Mia and Haein on the stage, but it's with 13 other Prism stars, which comprise of Mars, Serena with Kaname, the rest of Prismy, and the rest of Purity, and they all dance to You May Dream. And I actually like that they did that because this sort of signals that it may be the final dance of the season, maybe? I don't know, because in 51 we did see Mars come back again, so we don't know if Prism and Purity are going to do their dances in episode 51, but enough about that. Then they go into a Prism Act called the Grateful Symphonia. Now, I don't know if the Grateful Symphonia is supposed to be a show, or if it's supposed to be a Prism Act, or it's supposed to be both, but they call it the Prism Act Grateful Symphonia, so I'm going to have to go with the assumption that the Grateful Symphonia is an act, but it comprises of a whole show. So when Mia and Haein enter, they see darkness, nothingness, and Haein says, "Oh, it's dark. I can't really see anything," and has time stopped. Yuzu, Younghwa, and Itsuki come up, and they say, "Yeah." Younghwa says, "Yes, it has," and Itsuki says that that the sun won't, that there won't be a tomorrow, or tomorrow won't come because of that. That you should give up on it. But Mia says, "We're not going to give up. We're going to bring back the light. We're going to make everything all right again." And Haein agrees, and Itsuki and Younghwa then say, "Okay, those are the words we've been wanting to hear." And then they start their song. But it's only for a little bit, because then we see Younghwa and Itsuki. They want to escort Mia and Haein as far as possible on the path that was created once they started. And they escort him a little ways, but then the path collapses, and Younghwa then says, as Love Mix is flying away because they have to, he says that, "I guess this is as far as we can escort you." And then he says that it's going to be a test of courage coming. The next portion is going to be a test of courage. They're going to test your courage. So, Mia and Haein fall. After that, we see Mia and Haein. They look around, and then they see someone that looks like Serena. But she calls herself the demon, and says she's gonna catch them, and then performs Hat Trick Star, but then soccer balls start flying at Mia and Haein says that they're straight, the world's gonna be destroyed. But then we see someone that looks like Kanon to perform Webby Rainbow, and the rainbows stop the umbrellas. They collide with the soccer balls, and it's like a stalemate. Haein calls the girl that looks like Kanon an angel, and the angel says to the demon that, "I'm not going to let you have your way," but the demon says, "I'm going to fight you nonetheless," and then they start shelling soccer balls and umbrellas at each other to no avail. Mia and Haein think this is irrelevant, and why are they doing this? But then Kaname comes down and says, "Is the devil right? Is the demon right, or is the angel right?" And then we see the angel and demon start arguing about food. I don't know why it always comes to food with Serenon, but yeah, it came to food, and they start arguing about it. And then they warm up for their final attacks, I guess. The demon gathers up a giant soccer ball, I guess, or a flaming ball, and is getting ready to throw at the angel, and the angel prepares a giant umbrella, and they're about to collide with each other. But Mia and Haein get in the middle of it, say it's not, they shouldn't fight, and that they should just compromise and such. And a light comes from Mia and Haein, and basically that's the end of that section, because then they leave Serena with Kaname, and they open up the path for Mia and Haein to walk up. Now they walk up the path, and while they're walking up the path, we see outside of the Prism Act, Sho and Yuzu, they're looking at it, and then Younghwa comes and says something, and that Yuzu asks if Younghwa did his part. Younghwa says he did. They let him on, escort him for a little bit, And after that, we see Mia and Haein on the stairs. They're thinking about what's gone on, and then they reach the top of the stairs, and they see Mars. And Mars then says that they've done what they somewhat needed to do, and Mars then rises up and does Aurora Rising, and light comes back. And then it looks like Mia and Haein are about to move on. But we see young Yuzu come in on a horse and goes up to Aira and says, "I love you," and goes towards her face. But Sho comes in, says he's going to protect Aira, and then gathers light with his sword from the Aurora, and it turns into sort of a thorn-filled battlefield. And Yuzu and Sho decide to fight. And once they fight, what happens is they start sword play. They hit each other's swords. They're bouncing back and forth. Yuzu says that that Aira doesn't need you, and Sho says the same thing, pushes him away. But then Aira says to stop. Sho looks over. Yuzu says this is no time to be looking away, and doesn't strike him down, but pushes him down and says it's checkmate with the sword hanging over Sho. But Aira says to stop it again. Sorry. And her wings turn black, and she falls down. Yuzu tries to grab her by grabbing a vine and then grabbing her hand. Aira pulls her hand away from Yuzu, and unfortunately the vine isn't long enough, and Yuzu falls. And Yuzu doesn't fall, but Aira keeps falling as Yuzu just stays there. Sho doesn't grab a vine, like a boss, just jumps down, just like a torpedo, and just jumps towards her. And they're falling, and Sho says to Aira, "Oh, Aira," but Aira says, "No, I'm not going to grab you, and it's not worth it for you to try and grab me since my eternity is over, and goodbye." But Sho says, "No, I'm not letting go, and that I may have hurt you, but even so, I love you." And after that, we see their wings come back. Aira's wings come back, but Sho also gets wings, and they perform in the Infinity Hug Eternal. And basically, after that, Mia and Haein move on. That's the end of the episode. So, again, I liked the episode. It was very good in a sense where it was straightforward and interesting. And also, we saw a bit of Kei and Mionja. It was very irrelevant a little bit. But she also said it was like the Grateful Symphonia. Oh, I forgot. She also gave Kyoko the real conclusion of the Grateful Symphonia to show it to her. And I guess it's something weird and it's something not good. So then after that, we see Kintaro appear. And yes, Kintaro's back. Yes, the man is back. So again, that's the sorry about that quick edit. But thank you very much for watching. This has been Midori Kaiser 93. And I will see you guys later.